lineup of presidents, starting with a VP to president-elect, and all those folks have been through the same program. The beauty of the Legacy of Leadership program is it also marries into our overall club, our strategic planning efforts, so that everybody along the way not only becomes familiar with the strategic planning, but buys into it, so that by the time they're president, they understand that their success in their year is a part of a 3-year plan, which allows their success to be even bigger than they might have otherwise imagined. And it's also shared and enjoyed by the entire club, and it's picked up by the people behind them, and they're carrying on with the people ahead of them. So we really see the Legacy of Leadership and strategic planning marriage together as being a great way for our club to move forward and to present itself as a service organization that nobody else can really compete with. We offer an asset, we offer resources that no other service organization offers that I'm aware of, and that is a Legacy of Leadership program. Part of the program, at the end of the program, is a service project. The service project is a collaborative effort with one of our collaborative partners. Agape Clinic has been one in the past, and the team of the cohorts get together and they create their own project, they raise their own money, and they work with our collaborative partner in completing their own service project, thereby making them a more cohesive team as a result. And the other byproduct of this we found is that group of people knows each other well, and as they step into the club, they're more than just acquaintances. They really are friends, and they know each other's capabilities, and they know what each other offers to the club. So that's our Rotary Club of Park City Legacy of Leadership, and that's how it fits into our 3-year strategic plan. Thank you, Barb, for letting me share that with the district.
You're welcome. I'd also like just to mention in closing that George is working on putting together a program that then can be shared with other clubs, kind of a template, I guess you would call it, of this Legacy of Leadership program. So if you'd like more information and maybe see an application in your own club, George is your resource. He certainly guided us along the way, and it's been a great partnership.
And in addition, Barb, a thought that crosses me, if a handful are interested in joining by Zoom, we could accommodate one or more folks from other clubs if they're interested.
It's a great idea. We'd love to have a guest or 2 or 3.
Thank you.
Can we answer any questions? Okay, well, enjoy your virtual donuts and coffee on us.
Thank you, Barb.
Well done, Barb.
Thank you all, and thank you, Park Cities. What a great club. Thank you for sharing all of that. We appreciate you hosting this month. And on that, I'm going to turn it all over to our district governor. Here is John.
Hey, it wouldn't be a real meeting unless I had a true story. And I got to tell you a true story. Yesterday morning, Trudy and I went down to the Plano Sunrise meeting, a great meeting, had a wonderful group, had a great meeting. And on the way home, I decided to stop at the Sherwood and Williams paint store and get thinner. Well, it didn't work. Think about that one for a while. All right. Several things going on in the district. We've had 20 clubs we visited so far. We got 41 left to go. Trudy counted, and I'm pretty right. We've done 9 hybrid or live, and 11 have been Zoom, and we're working on that. And Patrick Garcia, who's our public image chair, he's talk a little bit later, is going to is looking into what kind of hardware that we can economically buy for some of the smaller clubs and make that work. I'm going to ask Bill, this is kind of a surprise, I'm going to ask Bill Sanderson to say something. We put out a notice this week about the selection of the 2023-2024 district governor. And Bill, do you want to unmute and say something about that? Bill, unmute. There you go.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted now. And You all should have received a document that was sent to all club presidents and all Rotarians in good standing, asking if you would be willing to serve on the committee that is the nominating committee. Also, we sent out a notice to the AGs and also to the district leadership team, asking for nominations to the nominating committee. If you received it, then you know that I need to get your reply no later than September the 4th. A couple of the things that you do need to be aware of at the business meeting back on June the 13th. There were amendments made to 2.2 and 2.3 of our MOP. Essentially, what they do is to attempt to ensure that there is no more than one member from a given club who is on the nominating committee. You will know that President John has also already selected the president's portion of the nominating committee. And I have listed the clubs of the members of the presidential portion of the nominating committee. And so this year, if you are a member of any of those clubs, you will not be eligible this year to participate on the nominating committee. In the next few days, the presidents and presidents-elect and secretaries of all the clubs will be receiving a message from me or from Governor John asking you for nominations for the district governor-elect nominee designate. And you will be receiving that, and there'll also be a date certain for your responses to that. That fairly well covers where we are at this point in time, but I'd be happy to entertain any questions if there are any questions about how we're proceeding this year. Any questions?
Well, thank you, Bill. Appreciate that.
John.
We hope to get this moving. The tentative date for the selection meeting is October the 17th. So that's what we're shooting for right now. I'm going to have only one more comment, and that's just something that we're going around at all the clubs and trying to drive is trying to increase volunteerism in the district for our committees. We have been for too long committees of one, and I'm working every club I can to see if I can get volunteers to help in different areas. Now, we've been somewhat successful in a couple of areas, but we're still looking for more volunteers, and you'll hear more from me about that as we go forward. But that's enough for me. It's not about me. District Governor-elect Max, are you on the phone? Are you here? I'm not sure she's here. All right. Well, Howard, are you here?
I am.
District Governor nominee Howard Templin.
Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm not stealing John's thunder on something in the future here, but there are several opportunities for some really great training that you would normally have to pay big bucks to attend that are free because they're virtual coming up. So if you would go to the zone website, 25B and 29, you will see what's coming up there in September, and it will be courses such as public information, things like that, foundation. There will be some great information that will be beneficial to your club through the training of individuals who attend that. So that's what I had to say.
All right, Howard, thank you. I think you may have actually taken some of past District Governor Beverly's talk, but that's all right. Beverly? Beverly, you out there
Okay,
somewhere?
yes, sir. Thank you very much. Real quickly, for those of you who won awards last year, we are slowly but surely getting those distributed. So just be a little patient. Some of you have received them. The other thing that we owed you from last year, Sandra Mounty is modeling, and I am too, modeling our district conference t-shirt. If you ordered one of those, they also are slowly but surely either making the rounds. If you had club deliveries, we're dropping those off. There you go, people of action. Great model, Sandra. And so thank you for your patience. We had put that off simply because a couple of clubs asked us to. They were trying to buy them for their whole club. So, so don't worry, your money is still in good use. So we will get those to you quickly. John asked me to head the Rotary Leadership Institute, which I had talked about last year. We signed the contract with the Lone Star Division, so we're an official participant in that program. And we've got a long way to go now to get our own team of being Rotary Leadership Institute. And basically, that is our solution to address the void that not having Rotary University has left us. So it is, I've completed the course. Max is nearly through with the course. Howard signed up for the next one. We're beginning to get some folks who are involved. Jubilant George is on the team. And under our sponsorship of our district trainer, Catherine Stover, we're going to be bringing this in-house. But you all got some information, I believe, our club presidents got some information this time about some courses that are being offered right now by our division. So I encourage you, if you have any interest at all in that, I would love for you to go to the website lonestarrli.com. And it tells all about the classes. You will get a lot more information as we're gearing up. If you want to be up at the front of our effort in our district, please give me a call, and we're going to get that course online. And we appreciate John's commitment there. And lastly, I just have something very quick for you, and that is that I want to introduce you to, I have to have props. I want to introduce you to Kevin. Can you still hear me through the shield? Can you hear me? Okay. I want to introduce you to Kevin Kelleher from the Preston Center Club. And he has a unique opportunity that he wants to share with clubs. And we're just going to tease you with a couple of sentences about it. You'll all be getting an email. So Kevin, are you on the call?
I'm on the call.
Okay.
Take
it away.
How much time do I have to cover this? Is this like 30 seconds?
About 30 seconds.
30
I'll
seconds.
send you an email.
30 seconds. All right. So
But we're
take
going to
this
be
off.
sending an email to everyone, Kevin. So go
Yeah.
ahead.
I've got a good little deck that tells the story how I got inspired in this. Got inspired by a group over in the UK that I've been connected with for a long time. They saw a problem in that there were no shields available for medical staff in the UK, and they were going into COVID areas and being infected. So they said, forget this. They fixed it. They were a major manufacturer of medical stuff anyway. And now they're delivering 10 million shields to the NHS. That's the National Health Service for the UK. I told them they were kind of short on these things. And what over here, so they said, hey, we got some excess capacity we can produce for you. So I've been talking with them. They've got a great price because of NHS in their volume. And so I'm looking at how we could bring this into Rotary here, get it out to every member. Everybody, all our members are older like I am and at risk. And so we ought to get it to our members. We ought to get it to our cause. We can get it out for about $3 with some volume, with a very customized message. I did mine, and I'll send this as a separate thing just on Rotary and the district. And if we can do one common one, share it among it, then we get really some volume discounts. And I see tremendous needs and opportunities. We have the Dallas Club that's already looking at this with the Dallas Police and giving the Dallas Police that. Also help Dallas or keep Dallas safe. They're looking at it for all the police. And I'm talking to some other groups. I think it's a great way to get out. I think it's a way to cause people to talk about Rotary when you're out wearing a shield. And if you want to wear a mask too, that's great. Both of them help. The governor issued an order that everybody should be wearing a face covering. This qualifies for one. I'm done.
The reason that we brought this up, and I asked John just real quickly for 20 seconds about it, is that you might consider wanting to do this as part of your grant. And I know we're in grant season. So we will be getting an information. John decided that we could send out an e-blast to everyone. And if something that your club would like to do, it's a public image. It's all about Rotary. It could be Rotary recruitment, but it's also flattening the curve, a great service project. So Kevin, we appreciate you bringing that to our district. And Governor, thank you very much for your time.
Very much. Appreciate that. And that is a great idea. It's a great way to get the word out, and even in the small towns, you know. And I'm not sure $3 is the number, but whatever it is, we can get those out to the people, and that'd be great. Thank you, Beverly. Wonderful. Charlie Morley, are you out there talking about assistant governors and what's going on there?
Thank you, John. We've got a good assistant governor team. Right now we have, we started the year off with 22, and unfortunately, our great assistant governor, Karen Maxwell, fortunately for her, unfortunately for our district at this time, was made an offer she couldn't refuse, and she's taken a new professional position, which requires a tremendous amount of travel on her part. So we are actively seeking to find someone to step into her slot. She covers Bonham and the 2 Greenville clubs. So if there's anyone who has an interest in doing a really fun job in Rotary as an assistant governor with some fantastic clubs, I would appreciate it if you would reach out to me via email or a phone call. Earlier this week, a note went out to all of the assistant governors regarding the nomination procedure. So club presidents should be receiving some communication from their assistant governor regarding what needs to be done and the timing of both the submission of a suggestion for someone to be on the nominating committee and what the timing is to get that suggestion into the district. If a club president has not heard from their assistant governor, I'd appreciate it if you would let me know that. I think that we have had pretty good engagement. I know a number of the assistant governors have actually participated in installation ceremonies this year, and so I think we have a good group, and I think we're off to a good year.
Thank you, Charlie. One caveat on if you'd like to be an assistant governor, there is a requirement that you must have been a club president at one time. So there is that caveat for volunteering for that position. And we thank you, Charlie.
Yep, you also have to have a heartbeat.
Gotta have a heartbeat, that's right. And a heart for Rotary, and we all do. Somewhere out there, there is a gentleman who is never short for words, and that's Owen Devlin, and he's gonna talk about the foundation and have some of his committee members talk about that. There's interesting stuff about that. Owen?
Good morning, everyone. I attended last week the Rotary Multi-District Training Institute, which is held annually, and it's the districts all around Texas. And I'm happy to let you know that that institute gave us the Foundation Award for last year. And so I want to thank all of you for your support of the foundation through your generosity and also through a lot of the global grants. So the District 5810 won the Foundation Award for the state, basically, and it's based on 13 categories. I won't go through all the categories, but they're different measurements. And in all these categories, we had the most pluses. And so thank you very much for your generosity. You folks won the award. It was at the district level, the award, but it really represents everyone in the in the community of Rotary clubs. So thank you very much. I'm very proud of your work. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about, that's my talk for this morning. I'm going to have John Curtis talk about district grants, and then he's going to come back to me and I'm going to talk about global grants. We have a special guest who's going to report about his global grant. So John, please tell us about what's happening. What's the news about district grants? Thank you.
Unmute.
There, thank you, and good morning, everybody. We're kind of going off to a slow start. I've only had one club submit for a DDF grant, which it maybe is okay now, but we're going to be getting up against a timeline pretty soon, and we've extended that due date to September 15th. That's a 1-month extension from what we would normally do. We did this for two reasons. One, we want to be sure clubs get a chance to get their grants in and become qualified to submit grants. I'll come to that in a minute. But also because the Rotary District has had some downtime on their computer, and you can't actually access the Rotary Central until next week sometime. So that slows things down as well. Anyway, the due date for DDF grants is now September 15th. Also, in light of what John Mosier mentioned a short while ago, we've extended or added to our committee staff 2 people, one being Larry Webb, who's got a wealth of experience in the grant arena, and of course in Rotary. And Larry has agreed to take on a particular topic that we now have to follow very closely, and that's to validate the applications through the club attendance to the various meetings and foundation seminars that they need to attend to become a proper club candidate for a DDF. We've also added Rob Baines, who is coming back into the area, and we will have him on our committee. So we're growing committee-wise, and I think that's a good thing. So once again, thank you, everybody, and please do get your applications in for district grants. And I want to turn it back to Owen. So there you go, Owen.
Could I ask a question?
Sure.
Have you sent out all that information on the district grants with the deadlines and et cetera?
Well, it's in the process of going out, and I think the club presidents may have received that.
Yes, there was a letter, an email sent last night by me and John to all the club presidents, the assistant governors, letting everyone know that the deadline was extended to September 15th. So yes, we did send that out.
Okay, yesterday, last night. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
you bet. Well, next, I'd like to introduce a special guest today, and then I'll have a talk by Bill Dendy about international grants. But first, I want to have an introduction of CC from the Rotary Club of McKinney. He's well known to all of you, and he's going to give us an update on his dialysis project in India. CC, it's your time.
Thank you. Good morning. Global grant was approved on March 4th by the Rotary International Foundation. And July 14th, $119,000 was transferred to the account of the host club in India. The project is to provide 9 dialysis machines and 1 ambulance to 2 different hospitals. So the funding part is completed. Now the host club, I'm really pleased to let you know that the host club is really working on it. They have a strong committee. They keep on giving me the reports almost every week. So as of yesterday, On July 20th, they made the advance payment for all the supplies. They have received the 9 dialysis machine as of 4th of this month, 7 at the Caritas Hospital and 2 at the Mandiram. Installation will be done this week. Then we have dozens and dozens of small equipments, BP apparatus, glucometer, bed with monitor, trolley, autoclave, washing machines, ceiling fans, all kinds of things are continuing to arrive. The dialysis cord will take 2 weeks to arrive from Delhi. So their ambulance is expected by middle of August because of the corona. The production of the ambulance was delayed, but everything else is in place. The installation should be done in 2 weeks. The original plan was for a few people from our club and from our district to be present in India, but unfortunately that is not going to happen. The host club have put 2 advertisements in the local newspaper requesting applications. These 2 clubs, 2 hospitals will provide 200 dialysis treatment per machine per year for 8 years for the underprivileged patients. These patients will be selected by a committee of the host club, and there are 3 medical doctors included in the committee. So that process is going on. That's all my report. I just want to thank the district and 7 other clubs who actually cooperated with me to complete this funding. Paul Gorman, Bill Dendy, Owen, everybody was so helpful. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, CC. Congratulations. Now, I'd like Bill Dendy, International Service Chair, to make any remarks that he would like to make. And if Paul Gorman is present, he can also talk about international projects. Bill, why don't you start?
Yes, I think, Cece, you did a great job. I mean, it was a group effort. So many people were involved. And if anybody here doesn't know the history of CC and what he's done for us and our district, for the world as a fellow Rotarian, I would encourage you to get to know the man. He has done so much and he's not done yet. I think some of our best projects are still in front of us. And I do trust that with the leadership of our great governor this year, we will be going to India and we will be seeing some of that work done. But within our district, a lot of clubs don't know how to get started. And a project like this where 7 other clubs were able to participate is very leveraging for everybody involved. We are able to take talents, and we all, again, have different talents, and to be able to allow those that can write a grant to write it, those who can actually operate on the grant operate, those of us that can help raise money to raise money. It has really brought our group together in a big way. If you have a club that's looking for an international project, we have so many good ones that we're working on. And in the past, we built on some projects that can be added to going forward. I know a lot of y'all traveled with us to Nicaragua. We want to do the grant in Colombia coming forward. We did the work in Cuba. You don't even have to have a Rotary club in the other country to be able to do good work internationally. I like these in our hemisphere because we can go see the projects when they're completed. And we, again, have the oxygen concentrator in Cozumel to be worked on by several clubs this year. So there are a ton of opportunities. Once we all feel comfortable getting in an airplane again, we'll go see it. But the need hasn't gone away. In fact, the international need is probably greater now than it's been in a long time because of the complexities added on by COVID-19. And I was so grateful we saw Darren from Africa with us at one of our last meetings. We have people who are actually out doing the work. I love them. We can't do that ourselves every day, but it's great to have such a good group of people that we can support doing it. And that's all I have. We got a lot more global grants to do and a lot of trips. And if any of y'all are interested in knowing how to participate, please let me know, because we have a number of clubs that would love for you to marry up with their projects. Thank you, sir. Good job, Owen.
Hey, Bill.
Bill, if I could add on to what you just said, a lot of those international grant opportunities come through the DDF program too. The smaller
Absolutely.
grants.
It doesn't have to be a global grant to do international work. How cool is
Exactly.
that? And a lot of the smaller projects, it doesn't take a lot of money to make a big difference in other countries. So a lot of their projects are more fit for a DDF. Good point, John. So right. And you've seen that work be done over and over again.
So yeah,
Bill?
thank you.
Bill, would you expand a little bit on Colombia? That one is really a strange situation with the Venezuelans.
It is, and it's not the only type of situation like this we have in Central and South America. And that is, for as bad as we think things are in Colombia, things are worse in other areas. And they end up with an influx of refugees coming into their border towns looking to get away from oppression of all types. And the schools are overwhelmed, the health facilities are overwhelmed, and they've needed ongoing help. We've seen it on the borders whenever there's a political coup in the Central American countries, and just from the poverty. And so I think that that's a neat project because it will be done in cooperation with our friends in the Houston area clubs. So working with a whole nother district. And we talked about our clubs working together. It's neat when our clubs work together, then the districts work together. Kind of like the Guerrero Eye Clinic that's so good that we've been participating in for years. And some of the work we do in Ghana, Africa. This is going to be a project that will allow us to work with something that's very important, already been established with people who are involved in the Houston area, and some key people that were present at our group training program. Andy Smallwood was a key person who was involved and interested in this, and Andy has done so much for Rotary to be able to work with a person who gets that kind of support means you're going to get to magnify your dollars and do more work. So John Mosier, I think you're doing good stuff. You're connecting things together, and I think that allows us all to magnify our efforts. Good job.
Fantastic. Bill, thank you very much. You're doing wonderful. Ms. Stover, Catherine Stover, talk about training, if you would, please, education.
Well, this last week, we were able to go to the multi-district training. And so what's exciting about, I guess, working with other district trainers, this was the first year to do that. We're going to be collaborating and working together among districts for Lone Star Pets. So we are being creative, looking at the hybrid models as well as the virtual models and making training better and better. So I guess for you all, any ideas that you have, please send them my way, especially with the hybrid, because we're really have great opportunities for us. And one idea that we're trying to connect and help each other is getting some good program speakers as far as maybe future Rotarians. Maybe they're not Rotarians yet. And making with virtual, you can bring in all types, even international. So if you're interested in, sharing those ideas, for example, any connections with Matthew McConaughey, we'd love to bring him in for Lone Star Pets and things like that. So just as saying, if I know some of you out there, you're not on this, that have those connections, please send them my way, because I would love to get them to become Rotarians.
All right. Thank you very much. Governor Sullivan.
I am here.
Would you speak, please?
Before I start talking about membership, let me just tag on to what Catherine was just saying about Lone Star Pets. I'm the district representative for Lone Star Pets, and I'm also serving as the current chairman of the board for Lone Star Pets. We had our board meeting last week, and we have another meeting coming up on Tuesday, talking about what we're going to do with Lone Star Pets for 2021. We don't know yet. As Catherine alluded to, that we're talking about a hybrid model. We typically have about 900 people that attend a Lone Star Pets luncheon. the hotel has already told us, that we can't have more than 200 in the banquet space at any one point in time. That could change, by the time Lone Star Pets rolls around in 21, but we don't know. So we're having to make plans for a hybrid model, make plans for an all virtual model. Sharon Miles is the operating chair for next year. And Sharon is probably uniquely qualified to make sure that it is absolutely the best training that we can possibly have. We were very fortunate for 2020 that it happened just prior to the outbreak of COVID. And we had 0 reported instances of COVID at Lone Star Pets, which, that's a blessing. So stay tuned. As soon as we get more information about what the plans will be for Lone Star Pets, I'll pass it along to Catherine and to John. On membership, we need more. We ended the year last year officially with we were down 98. I think that is a testament that it could have been a whole lot worse. Past District Governor Beverly did a marvelous job, and the fact that we're only in the whole 98, I think is remarkable. That doesn't mean that we need to stay there. So my goal for 2020, 21 is that first we get those 98 back, and then we add another 100 more. So now I can't do a whole lot about actually achieving that goal, except to keep it in the awareness of everyone, so that we need to continue to increase our members, not because of the numbers, but because of the service. Now, I think it's important to point out that the 2 clubs that won membership awards last year, East Dallas and Waxahachie, both had significant membership gains even during COVID. And how did they do it? They did it with satellite clubs. So satellite clubs is the answer. If you are interested in creating a satellite club, please let me know. I will help you in every way possible that I can. It is not a difficult process at all. It doesn't require a ton of members to start the satellite club. It's 8 is the official number. So everybody, in my opinion, every club should have a satellite club, something that that meets at a different time and complements the existing club. Now, we have one satellite club that is in process right now, and that is the Veterans Club. The Veterans Club will be a satellite of the Allen Sunrise Rotary Club. We've had, yes, John, thank you very much for your support. We've had several meetings, organizational meetings via Zoom, and we are very close to that magic number of 8 to be able to get to where we can officially become a satellite. I think we will be there within the next week or so. This club will most likely, and I can't speak definitively what the club will do, because my job is just to help them get organized, and then they will decide what they want to do for themselves. But it's my expectation that the club will be a hybrid, that it will meet physically at the Harley Davidson dealership that's right on the border between Allen and McKinney. They have a brand new location. They have a boardroom that they've offered to us that will handle 80 people. So with social distancing, we can surely get 20 or 25 in there. But we also want, they would do it'd be hybrid, that they would also have a Zoom component for for members that would remote in, but then be available for service projects. If this is the first you've heard about the Veterans Club, this is a club that it is a cause-based club that will be dedicated to serving the needs of veterans. And that is however this club will define it, but it will be, their causes will all be dedicated to U.S. veterans. I had hoped to give you an accurate number of where we are in the membership today, but I went to Rotary International a few minutes ago, and the website is down for maintenance. But when I checked a couple of days ago, we were actually up about 5 members from the beginning of the year. As in years past, I fully expect that number to continue to grow until June, and then it will drop. So our job is to make it go high enough so that the drop still leaves us positive. And Governor, that's my report.
Ian, thank you. Let me say one thing about the Dallas East Satellite Club, and I know Mike Callahan is on the line. They got their members from Rotary alumni. We got something like 600 Rotary alumni on our books in this area, and that's a wonderful area to go shop to see if you can find some people interested in maybe a satellite club. All right.
And Governor, one other thing I forgot to mention, the membership committee has met, and with your encouragement, we are no longer a committee of 1. We are now a committee of 4. And our first meeting, one of the things that was decided was that we would like to extend the invitation to all of the clubs of the district for a member of the membership committee to attend, whether it's in person or or by Zoom, to do a very short, 1 or 2 minute membership moment at every club meeting. So for the clubs, I would expect an email from the committee this week with more details and that invitation.
Good. Excellent. Excellent. Patrick, I'm going to delay you just a moment because there's another part of public service that just finally showed up from Africa. Darren, can you say a word? You got public image on your mind, don't you? Darren Collins? Well, I know you're there. You want to unmute? There you go. Well, I guess we'll have to skip Darren for the time being. Patrick, you want to give your report?
Sure. Good morning, everybody. Want to echo Pastor Governor Sullivan's comment with regards to John's assistance in encouraging committees participation in the committees. I'm proud to announce that the Public Image Committee is 3 strong as of yesterday. I have on my team Assistant Governor Daniel Long from North Texas Pioneers, and most recently Jordan Alsop from Irving Las Colinas. In the time since we last met, I've sent some information out to the public image chairs, and with regards to clubs that do not have a defined public image officer, I've included the presidents of those respective clubs. As early or as recent as today, I sent information out, a checklist reference to the 41 public image chairs I have, and included 21 of the club presidents that were referenced, and to help them as they begin to audit their homepage and their social media sites to get them compliant and get us along the road of being fully compliant as a district. I do want to add on comment with regards to the training sessions that District Governor nominee Templin mentioned. With regards to public image, there is a event happening in August 14th and 15th. It is a public image virtual training hosted by District 5870. It's open to all Rotarians. I'll soon be sending that information. I think I sent that out last night to the public image chairs, encouraging them to register for that event. It's a two-part session series, and it goes a little bit deeper into some of the public image topics that were covered at last Saturday's Rotary District Multi-Training Institute. So we're, as a team, going to be looking at an audit. For those of you on the call, if you remember earlier this year when I presented at District Friday, and in my presentation, I mentioned an audit being done that was done of all the clubs to see where they were compliant-wise with regards to being current, having current website, master brand compliance. That a new audit report has been produced. I will be sharing that with my team, and then I will be reaching out to, we'll be splitting up the report into have been identified as needing areas, have gaps that need, I'd say a little over half of the clubs in the district have checked all the boxes. So that's great. The ones that that remain, my team will divvy up, and we'll be reaching out personally to those clubs to see what assistance they need, what resources from the district as well as Rotary we can help provide them and help them in any way that we can to get them along the road. So that's it for now, Governor. Thank you.
Linda, do you have a question?
Yes, Darren just came on. I don't know if you saw the note. They're having a power outage, and he'll be.
See that? Yep. Yep. Darren, you want to try us now?
Yes. Thumbs up if you can hear me all the way from Kenya. Hey, great. Thanks, everybody. So real quickly, I don't know exactly what the question is, but I guess it was about PR. Can you be more specific, John? Because
No, tell us how you're doing. What's going on down there with your World Health Organization project?
Wow, it's kind of amazing, guys. You know, we started as a global grant back in 2015, and I'm over here right now. And I was telling the Rockwall Club last week that when they originally signed on to be helpers of the grant, our goal was to reach 2,500 people per week. Because of COVID-19, we had to switch to video. Now we're reaching 2 to 3 million people per day. And wow. It's really incredible. Several Rotary clubs here in District 5810 sent some cash to help us produce some COVID-19 awareness videos for children. And we were able to put those out right away. And and it's branded, it has the Rotary logos right on every one of these things. So millions of eyeballs are now seeing the Rotary logo. And the great thing is there's been a reflux of cash from the UK government. And so through AMREF and various other organizations, we're now going to reach out to not just children, but we're also reaching out to mothers. And so caregivers we're reaching with the COVID information to target the nurture aspect of behavior change and getting the nurture aspect of how to influence people and their families to take good care of themselves. And so it's quite incredible. I have really great partners now, and Rotary is just all over it, but specifically District 5810 is all over it. So it's going good. If you guys would like to have me come speak at one of your clubs and show you the videos and tell you the process of how we got to where we are and how you also can increase your brand awareness with Rotary in general or your club specifically, let me know. Or Ian or even John can get the information to you about how I can speak to your club. But
yeah, when I go speaking to the clubs, I always mention that you're available as a speaker.
Oh, really? Oh, thanks. Yep. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Darren. Be safe down there.
I will.
Tracy, are you, I didn't see your picture. Tracy Gomes, are you here?
Hey, Governor John. Good morning. Yes, thanks. And good morning, everyone. Want to give kind of a quick update. I think we have a few folks on the line of the youth service verticals we have. I know we have Vivi Bennett with Rotaract. And as many of you know, Rotaract has been formed as a separate part of Rotary. It has its own status now. Vivi has been part of that, and she has some information in terms of how we can have Rotaract making more of an impact in District 5810. Vivi?
Hello, everyone. So yeah, we actually had a call this week, and it's very important for all Rotarians to know what the difference are between like Rotary membership and Rotaract membership, so that you can actually understand and start reaching out to those people. And so right now, my club is a community-based club, and it can be joined by any person, like regardless of if they're going to school or university. So I'm willing to speak at your clubs and like tell you everything about Rotaract, all the changes, and even like in general, because I know some of you don't really know much about it. So that's like one of the things we can do. I can give you all the information and guide you through the process to activate more clubs. And if you have a specific community in mind, and if you only have certain like people, like not like a large community, then they can also join my club, which is very active right now. And basically the idea is that Plano Community Club, since it's already active and we have experience, that we are going to be like the role model and mentors for new Rotaractors. And then in the future, of course, when we have more clubs, we can guide them through the process as well. So I don't know if you want to add something to that, but that's like basically the idea.
And Vivi, part of your plan is to try and reach out to RILA alumni, correct?
Yes, sorry. So I did mention, but yeah, reaching out to RILA alumni and just not just RILA, but like people in general that have participated in Rotary programs, scholarships, and all kinds of things. If you have access to that information, it doesn't have to be like years ago, but like if we can at least get the most recent ones, then those people would be a great fit for a Rotary club. And they already are like aware of what we do. So if we reach out to them and we have specific meetings, for example, with my club, they can join and start like finding more about it.
Super, thanks very much, Vivi.
Thank you.
PDG, Bill Dendy, anything on Interact going on?
Yes, a few things, and I'd like to enlist the district assistant governors to help out with this. And that is, it was a weird finish up of the school year last year as the students were sent home at spring break and never returned. And picking up this year, most of our interactors have opted to do remote education. Many of them were given choices, but the majority have chosen remote education. But they did great work throughout the year. And Rotary will recognize the Interact clubs with a citation, but it's up to the clubs to nominate their Interact club. As of last year, we did the Red Bag Salvation Army project last year. We had the donuts donated, we got together. We had our largest leadership summit ever. We had the largest Interact club in the world join our group. We should have almost every one of our clubs qualified, yet none of them have been recommended by their clubs yet. Please help me reach out to the club presidents. We have until August 15th. It's the deadline for Rotary clubs to nominate the Interact clubs for the Rotary citations. Most of your Interact clubs have qualified. Many of the students that earn this have already gone off to college and they don't know about it, but it is a good way to keep things pepped up during this time period. In addition, so August 15th is the deadline. What you got to do is contact your Interact club, send them the documents attached. I've got the information. I can send it to, I guess I'm going to start with Charlie, and if you could please disseminate. Rarely are we going to have such a fire drill, but here's the problem, and that is that my Rotary where we have to go to do this has had problems throughout this year. And they're going to be down for maintenance until Wednesday, August the 12th. But then the deadlines are due August the 15th. So we couldn't do anything earlier anyway. But now that we can, we need everyone to be ready to pull the trigger this week. So I'll need the help with that. Additionally, I love the students. They haven't slowed down for anything. They are meeting virtually. In fact, we have a posting to our website on the Interact, the passing of the pen from Zane to Julia. We all owe kind of a debt of gratitude to these students who we wanted the Interact to be student-led. They're really doing it. They're leading. They're doing a great job. We should be catching up and learning from some of the stuff that they've done. They're so innovative in times like this. They're not daunted by this. They want to do the largest. They said last year, we had like 500 or so people sign up for the Leadership Summit, which is a lot of students to corral at Plano High School. They think we can have 1,000 this year, and they picked 1,000 because that's what the Zoom capacity will allow. They would like to have prizes given out. How would y'all like it if right now, here we are in this meeting, an hour into it, and suddenly on your screen it popped up that you just won $10 at Amazon for being here. Things like this are ideas that they have to keep the engagement and attendance for those who interact. And so I think that it's going to be great. I hope that we'll learn from it, but we'll have that meeting as well. I would like to call together our Rotarians who care about Interact for us to do a meeting on how we can support them. It has just been the last 2 weeks that the school districts have figured out what they want to do. And it's been the last week since the Interact group has decided they want to go full speed with a Leadership Summit this year and the Salvation Army Tree, even if we have to take the bags individually. So a lot of good's happening. I'll ask you to look at the website. And it's interesting that they believe that this is a great opportunity to add more members than ever before. And I think that's kind of what Ian Sullivan was saying. We can add people during this time. People are dying for connections and connections that do good work, and Rotary offers all that. I would love for us to have a green thumb up, green thumb. Whenever a district has an increase in membership, you get your green thumb. We would like to have a thumbs up for growth and membership for our district as well as Interact this year. And we've got a great opportunity if we'll just exercise some of these great opportunities that are available to us. So key takeaway, we've got August 15th to get the Interact Club citations. And then secondly, the third Saturday in September, we will have a Leadership Summit. It is student-led, but I need about 4 adults. And Alex Johnson has done great work working with Julia Lynn and Rotaractors. We could certainly use a couple people who are interested in working with the youth step into this position. I would love to have someone working with Interactors next year, this year, but take the job next year. And that's all I have. God bless you all. Thank you.
Super, Bill. Thanks very much. Dana, I saw you were on. Any updates on RILA?
Sure. No, I have a lot of updates. Actually, many of you probably saw the, hopefully got an announcement. You're going to get another one today from Pam, but we're actually enthusiastically kicking off the RILA Lead program tomorrow night with our premiere. We invited all the Rotary membership in District 5810, lots of alumni, and then certainly all the students that were selected to go to camp. Tomorrow night is a virtual, about a 40-minute, very well produced, that the alumni has really stepped up, lots of late nights, lots of meetings. So we have, it's basically an orientation to really get them ready for the rest of the RILA Lead program. That's going to be 6 modules over an 8-month period that will be programmed, and they'll be broken into groups, cohorts that will you know, have leadership in each one of their groups. A lot of things that obviously module 6 we don't have totally planned yet, but certainly a lot of outside speakers. So really giving them, in a lot of the announcements we said, we know you missed the camp experience, but we're going to give you something as good, if not better, to really take you through your senior year. So anyway, I want all of you on this call to be part of that premiere tomorrow night. We're trying to get as many people logged on. It starts at 6:30. There's actually some lead up information that starts at 6:15. I think all of us will be very proud of it. It does recognize this district and Rotarians through, in various segments. In addition, we talk about Interact, Rotaract, Youth Exchange, and Peace Scholarships. We actually do all of those kinds of things in this program, along with a guest speaker, along with what we always say with RILA is we are going to have a heck of a lot of fun. And so you will see some things within that program tomorrow night that really talks to those seniors in high school. So we've done a number of contacts to those students through emails and texting and a personal call. We have almost all of that group signed up. That will be posted on YouTube, on our YouTube, and there's links off of our website to all of those things. Pages on, RILA5810.org. So, I'm just seeing a note that you may not, I may be breaking up a little bit. I'm not really at my home office today. Again, you're going to get another invite. Click on that. Be with us tomorrow. It will be recorded, so you can watch it later. But I think as a district, certainly the students, we've kind of gotten them selected with Beverly, but John, this is something we're kind of kicking off and being able to make these modules during your tenure. And I think we're all going to be very, very both excited and appreciate the work that they're doing. So, and one last call out to Vivian. We definitely want to, push those college students into those Rotaract programs. So make sure that we connect.
Super, thanks, Dana. And yeah, just to echo that, and as you've seen both from Dana, Bill, and Vivi, our youth are really taking advantage of the use of digital and video, and are not slowing down in the least bit. So I would encourage us older folks to join in to Dana's presentation tomorrow, get some ideas, see how the enthusiasm works through a virtual format, and yeah, maybe some things that we can learn to bring back to our clubs.
Tracy, just say, or John, if I could just say one more comment. You won't see my mug on the program tomorrow night at all. It's all going to be our alumni, and but they are going to recognize our district very well throughout that program. But
okay,
it's really
I plan to be there. I'm
by them, so
enthusiastic to see that. Tracy, have you seen Mike Pugh? Is he on here? He's got an exciting
I've been looking, scouting through there. I don't think so. Do you want to make that announcement, John?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just amazing. Groups, youth exchange. Obviously, it's hard to do youth exchange with COVID and all the government restrictions. But those guys, Mike Pugh and his bunch, have figured out how to do it virtually. And he started his first youth exchange this week with Switzerland.
Spain.
I had no idea how he was doing it. I was hoping he was going to be here and tell us, but that's really out of this world. He also has one scheduled with, is it Spain? Is that the other one?
Yep.
All right. Far out. Youth is turning it on. I mean, that's where it's at, folks. Thank you, Tracy. Good job.
That's it, John. Thank you.
Max, you finally showed up? I thought I saw Max come in. All right, maybe not.
Now we can. Can you hear me now?
There you go. You want to talk?
I'm in Seattle with my two youngest grandkids, ages 2 and 9.5 months. And so it's early, it's much earlier here. And we were having breakfast and I fly out. I'm going to leave for the airport in about 40 minutes. So I was trying to get my stuff together and get goodbye kisses and all that good stuff. And every time I tried to sign in, someone was talking, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Anything to say? What else you been doing?
Grandkids this week.
Okay.
That's what it's been all about.
All right. All right, folks. We're through with the different presentations, but there is one thing that I wanted to lean on again, and it's something that you've kind of heard all through this, and it's volunteerism. We've had so many committees, or we do have so many committees, lots and lots and lots of committees. Youth has it, the training has it, international services. every group needs volunteers, and we've got some wonderful folks who can work with each other and help us out. So if you can see a way into doing it, please take a look at all the different opportunities we have in the district, and maybe you want to volunteer to help Catherine, or help Ian, or anybody. If you would, that would be the great thing. So having said that, now I'm going to open this up for anybody who wants to make a comment or a question.
John?
Yes.
If anyone involved in any of the committees has something that they would like to have pushed out to all the assistant governors, I would appreciate it if they would send me an email with all of the particulars about what they want to accomplish, any pertinent information about dates or deadlines, things like that, and copy you on the email. I would appreciate it, and we'll get it taken care of.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? Going once, going twice. Well, we had a short one this morning. We had a maximum of 70 participants, and I think that's great. I thank everyone for showing up, and you know what? We're going to do this again in a month. So go out there, be safe, do service, and love your neighbors. Thank you.
John,
Have a good weekend.
can I say something?
No.
Sure.
Okay, we're going to be selling the mixed nuts as a fundraiser. We're trying to raise $600 for our TB project in Mexico. And these are the mixed nuts. You may have seen it on TV about American Airlines is not serving first class anymore, the nuts. And so we're purchasing some of those nuts, and we're going to be selling like $10 for £1.50 or £1.25.
Okay.
So contact us. We'll be getting back with you.
Okay.
In purchasing any.
They've only got 70,000 pounds.
They've only got 70,000 pounds they're trying to sell. And these are first class. There's a first, also the Aloha first class, which is only done from Hawaii in. So anyway, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Linda, that can be another souvenir of the defunct convention, right? Thanks,
Beverly,
John.
You see what shirt I wore today, right?
I did. I was really, really proud of you. Well, great roundtable. Thank you.
You bet.
Kevin Kelleher, you and I need to talk. Thanks, John, for letting us get that plug in.
Okay.
I agree.